Yo, what's going on YouTube? And welcome back to Goal Line Hockey. It's your boy Kevin Forte, and we are taking a look today at the Calgary Flames. So it's been a very interesting offseason for the Calgary Flames. That's been pretty well documented, but we're going to look ahead now. Going into next season, puck drop for the 2022-23 season. What does the Calgary Flames team look like? And my projections. Do I have them making the playoffs? Do I have them missing? We're going to go over that today. So we're going to start off with the key additions to the Calgary Flames. Again, we've talked a lot about the subtractions this year, so let's look a little more positive today. Going into next year, who are the adds? So Dustin Wolf comes in between the pipes. I think he's going to end up being a backup, or at the very least a third goalie. Ilya Solivyov will probably be a defenseman in the lineup. Mackenzie Weegar was the big name addition to the blue line. And then up front, you have Kevin Rooney, who I think is definitely a Daryl Sutter guy. Really good pickup there. I remember him with the Rangers. Kevin Rooney, Cole Schwindt, who they picked up in the trade with the Florida Panthers. He might end up playing in the AHL with their new team, whatever they are, the W Flames. I forgot the name. You guys will let me know. Connor Zary and Jacob Peltier, I think, could make an argument for the lineup next season. Again, depending on what you think of their depth, as well as Jonathan Huberdeau, who I'm going to say 99.9% chance he'll be playing in the NHL next season. So, Jonathan Huberdeau obviously is the big addition here. He got his big ticket with the Calgary Flames, and hopefully we'll hear something from Weegar as soon as I post this video. So there you go. That's how this works. Usually when I talk about a team, they end up signing guys as I post the video. That happened last week with Boston. So we'll see. So looking at last season, though, for their goals for and goals against. So they in the NHL standings were sixth in goals for last season. So they did really well. They can score goals, and obviously when you have guys like Kachuk and Goudreau and Mangiapane, who was some depth scoring, they did really well with that. And I think that with some of the guys they have this year, I think we're going to see something similar to that. And that's something that, when you look at Daryl Sutter, he isn't always known as a guy that's very offensive-minded. But the way that the Calgary Flames play, that dump and chase game, they're grinding, they're tough to play against. I think that could help them out this season. Their goals against, one of the best in the National Hockey League. It was a third ranking in the NHL. So there was only two teams ahead of them that had a better goals against last year. Now you could say that the defense was pretty good, but you look at some of the other blue lines in the league, I wouldn't say it's top three. A lot of that was on the back of Jacob Markstrom, who was incredible last season. And had he been able to kind of finish the season out strong and had a better playoff run, he probably would have won the Vezina Trophy. I think that Jacob Markstrom is due for a bounce-back season, if you want to even call it that, because I don't think he's happy with the way things ended last year. Expect him to come out pretty rough and ready to go. He's going to be motivated. So with that said, looking at what they've done, I like some of these additions that they've made. I really like Kevin Rooney. I mean, that's one that, it seems a little stupid. Like, Kevin Rooney, that's the guy you're going to talk about, not Weegar or Huberdeau. I think he's going to be a really good piece in that bottom six. And I'm trying to think back to old LA Kings teams. The guys that play in the bottom six that are just tough to play against. I think that's Kevin Rooney. And again, especially under Daryl Sutter, I think he's going to thrive and do really well there. This is a guy that's really going to help with that. You also have some of the other guys, the prospects, maybe nipping at the heels like Peltier and Zary and Schwindt. I think those guys are definitely going to make some noise trying to make the lineup. And again, maybe we'll see a little bit of Dustin Wolf. We'll see what happens there. But guys, let me know what you think down below. What do you think of the Calgary Flames? Okay, so now that we've gotten there, do I have them making the playoffs this year? I do. Now, I think they benefit from playing maybe in a what some would argue is a weaker division, but I still think that there is a state of transition in the Pacific Division, and I think Calgary stays in the postseason. And I think that Calgary, when you look at, they've really, as much as they lost those two big guys, they're still, for the most part, bringing the band back together. Mangiapane's back. Michael Backlund, some guys in that depth role. They've also brought back Nikita Zadorov, who I think is really big. That's a big addition for them. They traded out Goodbranson, basically, to bring in Weegar. I would say that's an upgrade there. And, of course, you have Jacob Markstrom in between the pipes. I think Calgary is more than good enough to make the playoffs still. I question some of the moves they made long-term if Huberdeau and Weegar are good long-term fits for this team. But as of this season, as of looking into the 2023 playoffs, I do have the Calgary Flames making the postseason next year. So let me know what you guys think down below. Do you have the Flames making the playoffs, or do you have them missing? What do you guys think of Jacob Markstrom? Do you think he could maybe win the Vezina next year? Let me know what you guys think. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time.